I'm from EE, my company, Eternal Equilibrium Exist. And I'm going to tell you a little something about what happens in the core area, in the abdominal area, and why I recommend doing vacuums, and specifically the LPF method. Now, LPF stands for low pressure fitness, and it's not because it means you do very little exercise. No, it's got nothing to do with it. Low pressure means lowering the pressure inside the body. Now, I have this funky looking balloon here for one reason. I'm going to show you what happens to your abdominal area and your perineal area when you actually do a conventional ab exercise, like the good old crunches. You know, when they say that you have to lift your shoulders off the floor and then try and scoop your belly in, and don't pull your head towards your chest, so then you're not actually doing the exercises. Well, that's all fair enough, so you're not hurting your neck and you're concentrating on the actual muscle. But there are so many people out there, and this was actually one of my personal problems. I wasn't always a skinny person. So there was a point in my life where I was very big. I nearly weighed 90 kilograms. I was just before 90 kilograms, and it was so depressing. I stopped weighing myself. And no matter how hard I tried to scoop the belly in, it didn't happen. Nothing was connected there. I didn't know how to do it. And then there's the other one where they say in Pilates or Pilates exercises in English, or in yoga also many times they say zip up the zipper. I'm like, what are they talking about? I don't feel anything. I'm trying to invent. I'm like, yeah. I'm lying. I never knew how that felt until I started doing vacuums. Vacuums literally connected the muscle, the lower abs, connected what need to be connected so that I can get that feeling. Now I can do a conventional ab exercise and actually not hurt my back because I have enough strength. Now that strength comes from inside. And many people have never learned to do it because they just didn't know how. Okay, so one thing that we actually recommend people, if you're qualified, you're certified like I am in the LPF method or in doing vacuums, most probably of any type, the one thing that you need to do is relax your abdominal area. There is no way you can do a vacuum and contract your muscles from the beginning. Now you can do it the other way around. Now I know there's a lot of yoga people, me myself, I do practice naulis. And nauli is literally where you do an abdominal vacuum and then you contract the muscle. Now there's a lot going on there, so it took me about, I don't know, half a year before I could get it right. And I was consistent, I was practicing, not every day, but I was at least 3 times a week. I was like, come on, I'm going to get this nauli right. I've got to get it right. It took me forever. And again, the only thing that actually got me to do a nauli is where, now I'll get to naulis in another tutorial, but today I'm just going to focus on how to connect what needs to be connected and how to see and know the effects of conventional abdominal workouts. Now, this balloon represents right here, this part of the body. So I would be having this part where the pen would be where my rib cage is. So imagine your rib cage, the 2 bones that start separating. That's right up here. So that would be right here for me. This is my perineal area, just down here. And then this is my abdominis rectus running down here. The elbow line is round here in the middle, okay? And these are my obliques. And these would be the transverse muscles down there. Now, when we actually do contract, now I don't have enough hands to put all over where the muscles are, but most of us down at the bottom, they're not activated because we've never learned to activate them. I was one of those. Thank goodness now I can know and I can do it right. So I'm going to concentrate on the other part because that's mostly where everybody's working. Conventional ab crunches, they actually focus from the belly button up, not from the belly button down. Right, so, and I'm doing an ab crunch, boom, and I'm doing an ab crunch, boom. Look what's happening. I'm applying pressure, right? Because that's what you do when you have an ab crunch. Although you're blowing out all the air, boom, look at the bottom, what's happening. I'm pressing down on the perineal area. Now there's probably a lot of moms that's given birth or postnatal moms going, oh, I know what you're talking about. Because they suffer from urinary incontinency. Look what's happening. That pressure has to go somewhere. Because I'm applying pressure. Where's it going to go? It's going to go somewhere, right? And that's what's happening. This balloon, your core, the more abs you do, the more pressure you're putting on your perineal area. I was 38 years old. Yes, I'm older than 38. I was 38 years old a couple of years ago and suffering very heavily, not lightly, from urinary incontinency. To put it in simple English, I was peeing myself every time I sneezed, every time I coughed. Every single time I went for a run, I'm sorry, I didn't stay around people. I needed to go home and have a shower. That was reality for me, and I didn't know what to do. That was one of the things I was like, I got to do something. Now again, I was doing a lot of sports when I was 38. I was pretty fit. I was training for my first half marathon and I was very excited about it, and I was doing a lot of abs. I mean, I had ripped muscle like I haven't had since I was about 20 years old. I was really, really pretty hardcore. But that was so embarrassing. I mean, there was just no way. And I started researching. I'm a qualified personal trainer. So I knew it had to do with the perineal area. And I went to various places. I tried yoga. It just didn't work. Until I literally stumbled upon LPF later in the years. Started doing LPF. Within 1 month, I could sneeze. And it was fine. And nothing happened, you know. Slowly but surely, the muscles from the inner core started activating, started working. And in no time, my problem was solved. Now, I have various clients that has worked with me with that specific problem. I currently am working with an athlete. She's an ex-pro athlete, but she's still training. And same problem. Now, most ladies gets that once they've given birth. Like everything just doesn't reconnect the way it should. And you can ask any lady that's given birth 1 month, 2 months, 3 months afterwards. There's just no feeling in the lower abs. There's just nothing's connected yet. It takes time for everything to connect. And in most cases, it just doesn't connect. If there never was a connection in the lower abs or in that zipper area, it's just completely lost after giving birth. If you're an athlete, of course, that's going to have an impact. Not only running, cycling. Cycling, you're sitting on your perineal area. I'm an ex-cyclist. That was my sport at school. And as an ex-cyclist, everything went numb because you're just suppressing the veins. And that is not good for the perineal area. So to keep that perineal area in tip-top form, that's going to influence the rest of your organs. Because everything is connected in the body. We know that. You cannot kick a ball without moving the rest of your body. I mean, it's just everything works. Either asymmetrically or interconnected inside and outside. Now there's also a lot of ladies that suffers from prolapse. Prolapse is literally where the organs flop down. A lot of men suffer from erectional problems, and that comes from sport. That comes from putting the pressure every single day. Oh, in fact, how many hours do pro athletes train? And nobody knows they're having these problems. CrossFit. You see the competitions. You actually see, and it's been on the news, I think it was Reebok doing an interview on how many women actually has urinary incontinence because they were working out too hard. And they did a test on that, and a lot of women won't admit it. Most women, but because it's embarrassing. I do, because I've overcome that problem, and I can guarantee you, the same as when you were obese and you've lost a lot of weight. Oh, it's amazing if you get afterwards. It's like, it's not a problem to say I used to be overweight now, because you're proud of yourself because you've actually overcome that obstacle. Now the same with men. Men has a problem with admitting that they actually have a perennial problem. Now it's not only in women, it's also in men. There can be problems. So if you want to actually solve the problem that you have, if you want to actually say, look, I want to go and work out, but I actually want to work out better. I don't even want to think of this irritating, embarrassing something that's happening to me. I don't want to think about that. I want to have that inner strength. I want to know what they're talking about when they say, zip up the zipper. I want to have the sensation. I want to be able to scoop in those abs when I do the ab crunch and be able to perform so much better. Then give me a like, leave me a comment, and I'll get back to you. And we start you on a program ASAP, and you will see the results. You will feel it, and you will get better. And it's going to affect your training, guaranteed. So hook up with me, and let's get you started. Bye, everybody. Have a wonderful day.